that's the reason why this Tuskegee experiment of such that's happened to the black community, where they took the fathers out of the home and the leaders out of the community and have torn apart the community. Now they've seen that's worked, and they're doing that to America. They're attempting, they're trying.
I mean, that
It's
interview,
not gonna work on our dime,
the
though,
interview
because
magazine cover you're talking about, I think, is the one where she was basically semi-naked in front of the American flag, and I thought that was pretty distasteful, actually. It was about the American dream, and I thought, well, if that's the American dream, we're all screwed. I mean, in America.
And I agree with that, and I didn't feel the platform to voice my opinion because...
Guys, have you heard that Kanye West allegedly has a strict set of rules for Bianca to follow? So allegedly he has told her that she can't speak in public, which I feel like does check out because I've not seen any clips of her speaking publicly with Kanye West, and that she has to wear what he decides for her to wear.
Oh my God, you won't believe the absolutely shocking tea I have for you today about Kanye West. It looks like he seriously messed up with his marriage to Bianca Censory because she just pulled the most brilliant move imaginable. We're talking about potentially walking away with a whopping $200 million payday. Talk about a major plot twist. You know what's really wild? This whole time, everyone thought Bianca was just this poor victim in Kanye's world, being manipulated and possibly even abused in their relationship. But hold on to your seats, because it turns out she might have been playing the long game this entire time. She just filed for divorce from Kanye, and here's the kicker. She's asking for half of his massive $400 million fortune. Can you believe it? Bianca is about to become a millionaire thanks to Kanye's own ridiculous behavior. And let me tell you, Kanye is absolutely losing it over this whole situation. He's having a complete meltdown, crying about how Bianca supposedly played him for his money and tricked him into getting married without a prenup. Y'all, this drama is about to be absolutely insane and epic, so grab your popcorn because we're diving deep into this mess. You know what's absolutely hilarious about this whole situation? Kanye had the audacity to clown Kim Kardashian for being a single mom and a 3-time divorcee when she filed for divorce from him. But look at him now. He's about to be on his second divorce in less than 4 years. And let me spill the real tea. It's looking way worse for him this time around. At least with Kim, she didn't go after his money because she had her own fortune and only asked for child support, which they split 50-50. He really had it easy that time. But honey, this second time around is definitely not his lucky charm. Word on the street is that he's facing the worst possible drama with this divorce because Bianca plans to take him to the cleaners. But let's be real for a minute. Are we really surprised by any of this? If anything, the real shocker is that their marriage lasted as long as it did. From day one, everyone was side-eyeing this relationship, convinced it wouldn't stand the test of time. And honestly, they weren't wrong because something about the whole thing just felt off from the start. I mean, one minute Kanye was professing his undying love for Kim Kardashian, and the next thing we know, he's suddenly married to Bianca with barely any explanation. At first, people thought she was just a rebound, or maybe his way of trying to get under Kim's skin. But after more than 2 years, that theory didn't really hold up anymore. Even so, it looks like Bianca has finally had enough. And if the rumors are true, she's not just walking away. She's making sure she gets a nice, cushy financial cushion to land on. From the very beginning, their marriage seemed bizarre to absolutely everyone, and not just because of how sudden it was. Around that time, Kanye was already in hot water, facing serious backlash, mainly because of those controversial comments and tweets that many people saw as anti-Semitic. His words caused major drama, leading to lost endorsements, broken business partnerships, and his public image taking a massive nosedive.
The thing about it, me and Adidas, is like, I could literally say anti-Semitic and they can't drop me. I could say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me.
I could say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me. Right in the middle of all this chaos, Kanye threw everyone for a complete loop by suddenly marrying Bianca, making an already messy situation even more confusing. The timing had everyone raising their eyebrows. Was this a real relationship, or was it just his way of distracting from all the bad press he was dealing with? Given everything that was going on, the whole thing felt more like a publicity stunt than a genuine love story. But regardless of his reasons, the fallout from his controversial comments hit hard, and Hollywood didn't waste a second cutting him off. His billionaire status, gone, practically overnight. All those big brands that used to stand by his side, they couldn't distance themselves fast enough. His endorsement deals collapsed one after another, and public support completely vanished. With his empire crumbling around him, Kanye completely disappeared from the public eye for weeks. No appearances, no social media meltdowns, just total silence. Some people thought he was just laying low, either reflecting on everything or plotting his next move. Others assumed he was quietly trying to repair his damaged reputation. But just when everyone thought he had truly vanished into thin air. He popped back up with the most shocking bombshell. He had secretly married Bianca Censory. Now, this sudden marriage didn't just catch people off guard, it left everyone absolutely stunned. But what made it even more mind-boggling was that not even Kanye or Bianca's closest friends and family saw it coming. And I'm not just talking about them keeping the wedding private. Literally no one even knew they were romantically involved. There were no hints, no rumors, not even a single public outing that suggested they were anything more than just acquaintances. Can you believe their families and friends found out about the marriage the same way we all did, when photos of Kanye and Bianca started circulating online? The fact that they managed to keep their entire relationship under wraps was shocking enough, but coming from Kanye, that made even less sense. This is the same man who has never, ever shied away from the spotlight, who spent years putting every single detail of his personal life on display, from his relationships to his feuds. So for him to suddenly embrace secrecy, especially about something as major as marriage, it left everyone completely baffled. The people closest to him weren't just surprised, they were absolutely blindsided. Those who've known Kanye for years couldn't make any sense of this new chapter, while Bianca's inner circle was equally in the dark. The suddenness of it all raised so many questions. How long had they been seeing each other? What led to such a rushed wedding? And most importantly, why? Why keep it all hidden? For example, a source revealed that the Kardashians had absolutely no clue Kanye was even seeing someone new. The source spilled, "The family isn't taking this as a marriage yet. They don't know what it is. They aren't sure if it's a PR stunt, and they're waiting to see if he files for papers. They're nervous because if it's real, she would be in the children's life." But if you thought Kanye keeping the Kardashians in the dark about his marriage was shocking, this next part will blow your mind. Not even Bianca's own parents knew she was tying the knot. This revelation didn't just make things seem odd, it pushed the whole situation into completely bizarre territory. It's one thing for Kanye to keep his ex-wife's family in the dark, but Bianca not telling her own parents? That raised serious red flags about what was really happening behind closed doors. At this point, the secrecy went way beyond just being unexpected. It started feeling really unsettling. Sure, plenty of people prefer to keep their relationships private, but completely cutting out both families. That wasn't just discretion. That felt intentional. The fact that neither Kanye nor Bianca saw the need to share such major news with their loved ones made people question whether this was truly a love story or if there was something more complicated going on. The lack of transparency sparked endless speculation. Was Kanye the driving force behind all the secrecy, or was Bianca willingly going along with it? Was she making these choices freely, or was someone pulling the strings? And if there was nothing unusual about their relationship, why go to such extreme lengths to keep it hidden? The more people tried to make sense of it all, the more uneasy they became. Different sources tried to defend Kanye's decision to keep things secret, saying, "Ye has been a megastar for 2 decades and counting, and his first marriage was to someone who lives almost full-time in front of a camera." Bianca and Ye have a totally different vibe. They're very private, very affectionate, and totally devoted to each other. I think they both enjoy carving out time that's just for them. But honestly, nobody was buying that excuse. There's a huge difference between maintaining privacy and completely shutting out your own family from something as major as a wedding, especially when you're parading her body around. What kind of privacy is that? Around this time, reports started surfacing, painting Kanye and Bianca's relationship as absolutely perfect. The best thing ever. Sources were saying things like, Kanye West's new wife Bianca Censory runs the show, including his daily schedule, and deals with all his business affairs. Another insider spoke to US Weekly and claimed, "Things couldn't be better for Kanye and Bianca, and they're doing amazing. Kanye feels like he finally met someone who truly gets him and loves him for the person he is." Bianca compliments Kanye on so many levels, and he appreciates and respects her opinions. She really keeps him grounded, and he's feeling better than ever. But based on what we know now, it seems like Bianca has been quietly dealing with so much behind closed doors. While on the surface it may have looked like she was living this glamorous life, a glamorous nude life, insiders suggest that Kanye has put her through quite a bit in the very short time they've been married. And one of the most glaring things people have picked up on? The way he appears to have completely erased her sense of self and transformed her into this weird, bizarre version of Kim Kardashian. From the beginning, people couldn't help but notice the resemblance between Bianca and Kim, sparking speculation that Kanye was using her as a stand-in for his ex. But beyond their similar features, something even more unsettling stood out: her wardrobe. Before her marriage, Bianca had her own unique fashion sense, but once she got with Kanye, it became crystal clear that he was the one calling all the shots on what she wore. Let's be honest, the outfits he's been putting her in have only gotten more bizarre as time has gone on. But apparently, things are even more troubling than they seemed. Bianca's friends claim that Kanye has all but cut her off from everyone she used to be close to. One friend even came forward in an interview with the Daily Mail, shedding light on just how much influence he appears to have over her life. The insider revealed, Bianca is stuck and her friends are trying to save her, but no one can because of the blockades Kanye has put up around her. Everyone is extremely concerned. This isn't who she is. She is an incredibly outspoken and lively person who was never one to keep her mouth shut. We also found out that she's not allowed to talk in public without Kanye's approval, which explains why she seemed unwilling to talk in this viral video.
Here's the sale. I suppose just a pair of shorts I want to see.
Yeah, I get your number.
Okay.
Huh? Oh, damn.
Now, I have to say, Bianca genuinely seems like such a kind-hearted person, which makes this whole situation even more heartbreaking. And just when we thought things couldn't get worse, even more disturbing details have surfaced. Several sources have come forward with absolutely alarming claims about how Kanye treats her. And let me tell you, it doesn't paint him in a good light at all. Apparently, Kanye's control over Bianca extends far beyond just her wardrobe. He's completely reshaped her identity. According to insiders, he has essentially conditioned her into becoming the version of a woman he wants, rather than letting her embrace who she truly is. From what they describe, she's no longer her own person, but someone molded entirely to fit Kanye's ideals. And honestly, that's absolutely chilling. The source revealed, Kanye has a set of rules for Bianca, which includes never speak and wear what he wants her to wear. She is also required to eat certain food items and to work out even though Kanye doesn't work out. He has been able to control Censory completely because he allegedly convinced her that they're royal. She has no mind of her own anymore. It might seem like Kanye has a tight grip on nearly every aspect of Bianca's life, dictating everything from what she eats to where she goes, making the entire situation seem more and more like a deeply toxic and controlling dynamic. According to an insider, those closest to Bianca have grown increasingly alarmed and have been actively trying to help her break free. They've watched her relationship with Kanye deteriorate into something they believe is unhealthy, and their biggest concern has been her overall well-being. At first, Bianca wasn't receptive to their efforts, not because she didn't appreciate their concern, but because Kanye's influence over her had become so overwhelming. The source claimed that she had been manipulated to such an extreme degree that she couldn't even recognize how unhealthy the situation truly was. It wasn't just that she was turning a blind eye. She had been conditioned to believe that nothing was wrong. Her friends could see that she wasn't the same confident, independent person she once was, and that's what pushed them to step in. They weren't just worried about her happiness, they were genuinely afraid that if she stayed in the situation any longer, she might completely lose herself. An insider revealed a few of her friends were finally able to reach her, but she wasn't interested in talking, nor was she interested in anyone's concerns for her. Well, everything changed after the chaos that unfolded at the Grammys this year. That was the breaking point for Bianca. This moment seemed to be the final straw that made her see things for what they were. Kanye forced her to walk the red carpet practically naked. To make matters worse, she wasn't even allowed to stay for the event. It quickly became obvious that the only reason he even brought her there was to parade her around and put her body on display. The whole situation was disturbing for so many reasons, but what made it even worse was the fact that Kanye himself was, as always, fully dressed and completely covered. And if that wasn't bad enough, he later went on a Twitter rant bragging about how he had full control over Bianca, claiming that he owned her and could do whatever he pleased without anyone being able to stop him. And that alone wasn't bad enough, but the way he worded it made everything even more disturbing. Fans were horrified, and at that point, it became clear that this wasn't just an unhealthy relationship, it was something darker. He said, "I have dominion over my wife. That ain't no woke feminist crap. She's with a billionaire. Why would she listen to interviews? You dumb broke people. People say the red carpet look was her decision. Yes, I don't make her do anything she doesn't want to, but she definitely wouldn't have been able to do it without my approval, you stupid woke pawns. I have no respect or empathy for anyone living cause no one living can afford me, but I do love some people and give them favor." He then continued, "Anyone who called my wife's Grammy look a stunt is dumb and lame. Yes, she been dressing naked for 2 years now. All of a sudden it's a stunt? Every single person on the planet wishes they had her bravery, body, platform, and access to money, and a husband that supported their personal expression. There are a lot of things that had to converge for this moment to happen, but what was so disturbing was that Bianca's father felt he had to step in and confront Kanye for treating his daughter like some kind of object instead of a person. He wasn't about to sit back and watch Kanye parade Bianca around like she was a cheap commodity. And honestly, who could blame him? Any father would be horrified to see their daughter being controlled and humiliated like that on a public stage. According to an insider, Bianca's father Leo wants to have a proper sit-down with Kanye and ask him what the hell he is thinking when he parades Bianca around like a trashy naked trophy pony. He wants to ask Kanye what he would do if his daughters North or Chicago were seen in public half naked in outfits encouraged by their husbands. He knows there is no way that Kanye would allow this for his daughters, so it makes no sense why he would encourage this for his own wife. The insider continued, "If this isn't bad enough, the man who was supposed to protect Ms. Censory's daughter is the same man that is shutting her out from her own family. Leo honestly wants to just sit Kanye down to let him know that he is hurting her family by turning his beloved daughter into a trashy-looking marketable commodity. No man should ever encourage the woman that he loves to walk out in public and present herself like this. This isn't love, that is control." Well, if Bianca was waiting for the right moment to make her move or play the long game, she might have just played this perfectly. Turns out she and Kanye never signed a prenup when they got married, and that little detail changes everything. See, under California law, when a couple divorces without a prenup, their assets are typically split right down the middle. And with Kanye's fortune on the line, that means Bianca could walk away with half of everything he owns. If she really decides to pull the plug on this marriage, he might be in for one of the most expensive lessons of his life. But turns out that those early reports about how Bianca was running the show were right. But she was playing the media, making Kanye look like the bad guy. Meanwhile, she was the one pulling the strings all along. Y'all, it was Bianca all along. But anyways, I got to know what y'all feel about this. Drop your thoughts in the comments below and then check out this next video.